Okay, here is the mind map for Year 8 Cellular Respiration. This is in complete detail for Year 8, and it is heavy going. All right, first of all, we're going to zoom in, and then we're going to go up here. The first part of cellular respiration is called glycolysis. In glycolysis, glucose is broken down into two molecules called pyruvate. It does not require oxygen, therefore it is anaerobic. It occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell and makes 2 ATP. Then we move down to either anaerobic respiration or aerobic respiration, depending upon whether oxygen is available. If no oxygen is available, then the pyruvate stays in the cytoplasm, but the pyruvate must be removed because it is toxic to the cell. Animal cells turn the pyruvate into lactic acid and makes no extra ATP. We call this lactic acid fermentation. And in plant cells, the pyruvate is turned into carbon dioxide and ethanol is what we call alcohol. So it's called alcoholic fermentation, and again, it makes no extra ATP. If oxygen is available, the pyruvate is put into the mitochondria and it goes into a cycle called the Krebs cycle. And the Krebs cycle makes carbon dioxide and 2 extra molecules of ATP. And then the molecules move into a second step called the electron transport chain that creates water and 34 ATP. Okay, so if we look down here, the thing that allows cellular respiration to take place is enzymes. They control the metabolism of a cell. They are organic catalysts. The word organic means that it's made of a protein, and a catalyst is something that speeds up the rate of reaction. They are sensitive to temperature. So if temperature gets too high, the enzymes no longer work. All right, now we'll scoot up the top here. And first of all, we'll come to ATP, because I've been mentioning ATP for a little bit now. So ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. It's created by an enzyme we call ATP synthase, or we just call it ATPase. And ATP is a chemical store of energy. To make ATP, an extra phosphate is added onto ADP, which is adenosine diphosphate. So adenosine diphosphate plus a phosphate makes ATP, or adenosine triphosphate. The phosphate bond is the store of energy, and then when energy needs to be released, we just break the phosphate bond and the energy can be used by something nearby. All right, now we get up to the mitochondrion. Now, the mitochondrion was formed by a bacterial cell entering a eukaryotic cell and staying for dinner. It is the site of aerobic respiration. It's also the site of ATP synthesis because another 36 ATP are made per glucose molecule. It has an internal membrane that's highly folded, and that internal membrane is called the cristae, and it is studded with the enzyme that makes ATP called ATP synthase. Right, then when it comes to any reaction, we do have reactants and products. In this case, the reactants for aerobic respiration are glucose and oxygen. Glucose is acquired from the digestive system of the animal, or if you are a plant, the plant makes glucose because it's an autotroph. Oxygen is also required, and oxygen is acquired from the atmosphere. In animals, we get it through the respiratory system, and in plants, oxygen enters through the leaves. The products are carbon dioxide and water. We release carbon dioxide back through our lungs. Plants release carbon dioxide out through their leaves, and both plants and animals normally need a lot of water in their cells because we lose a lot of water to the environment, but animals can release excess water through the excretory system in urine. Okay, then the last of all we mentioned, cells are the basic units of life. Cells use enzymes for metabolic processes. Cells reproduce via cell division, and during a cell's life they grow in size, they respond to the environment, and they regulate their internal environment, and amazingly, all cells make waste and must get rid of this waste. Well, thank you for listening, and goodbye.